So far, the updates I've been seeing have been pretty good. Some quality of life stuff has been made easier for us, like the enchant system, and even the characters that has been released lately are actually pretty fun to play with. They aren't over the top, you know? I've seen some stuff that CN has already gotten in this update that we're going to talk about, like the enchant and the characters. So as always, we're going to be talking about the characters first, which is going to be Cybele. She's someone that I'm personally looking forward to because she looks quite fun and interesting to play with. Like her kit, like to me, it's like the unique thing that I've seen. If you guys are like me, just playing the game for fun, then you might honestly like her. She is physical, who is part of the Origin Empire strategy faction that can either be infantry or cavalry. Her talent, her attack and defense are increased. At the start, she summons a dragon and it has its own set of skill. One is smash, like the regular skill, and then it has a passive that I believe that lets Cybele attack with it, like a follow-up attack. And then there is an active skill that I also believe is like a teleport thing that teleports itself toward her or something like that. Maybe it's like the opposite way. I couldn't really see those skills in like full detail, so I'm not really sure. Anyways though, when it dies, it can be summoned again. If the dragon is within 4 blocks and she enters battle, attacks first and makes the target lose control or take increased damage. So far, I think this has been the most interesting kit design that I've seen. When it comes to summon at least, right? And her skills already convinced me that she is definitely going to be fun to play with. This one here teleports her and the dragon to act again and buff each other and even allies damage. Very potent since her and the dragon need the synergy. So it's very nice that she can take her dragon with her. You have the single target skill that pushes the target 3 blocks. If there are other troops or in inaccessible terrain, then the dragon will attack too. Man, it's like, I don't know. It's like, that sounds interesting, right? Like, I don't know about you guys, but I think that sounds very interesting. Because like, yeah, you have like other kinds of summon, like doing their own thing, but like this dragon is like your partner in crime. Just having it attack with you, just, I don't know, just like, it just sounds cool to me. Like once he's done attacking, then the dragon can follow up, landing a kill or just deal even more damage. With her Thxs, she and the dragon does more damage if they're within 4 blocks and can revive. It's a single target skill that dispels 3 buffs and can attack in the range, disable armor or defense, and the dragon can attack as well. So despite the praise that I'm giving her, she is definitely not game changing or anything like that, but she does sound like she is going to be incredibly fun to use, and I think her kit is like interesting to me. Like, I feel like it's unique. Having her dragon running around with her to do like follow-up attacks, essentially attacking like 3 times in one go, something like that, sounds great. As long as they stick near each other, you're going to be seeing some high damage. She has a revive. You know, you got like other special effects like lowering defense. Kind of funny too, because that makes it so that she can't carry around like the normal skill that she has. Like for one, she does have like air slash, which is a generic good skill, but you know, it's just that her unique skills give her some added bonus alongside with the dragon as well. That is how you have more synergy with the dragon. Even Cybele can benefit the dragon as well, since it has its own set of skills. Like even if it dies, it can be summoned very quickly again, which is very neat. So yeah, she's 100% not going to be dominant in PvP. It's not like she has like AoEs or ignore guard, something like that. So I'm not really sure how she's going to be any good. Definitely for like PvE, she'll be a very good DPS. But yeah, I'm saying a lot of good stuff about like the summon and her, which I don't think the summon is too crazy how I'm making it out to be. Like I think the best has to go to Bright Summoner. I think she has the best summon in the game when it comes to like playstyle and all that stuff. On to the next banner character, which is Bianca. I've seen her kit already, and although what you're going to be seeing is gray and half of it might be like okay-ish, there's one thing that I have a problem with, which you will see in a minute. She's physical, who's part of the Glory Empire Meteor faction that can be either Lancer or Cavalry class. Her talent boosts attack and defense. At the start of her turn, she can use a gun or shield technique. Shield gives her a shield, a revive, and enemies within 2 blocks cannot act again. Gun increases her damage and disables armor, or increases enemies' damage taken, both of which last 2 turns. You see that right there? I'm not talking about the shield mode, I'm specifically talking about gun mode. A huge missed opportunity to not increase her range to like at least 2. Like why not? Would have been pretty cool. And would have made her like a bit more interesting, right? She has an active skill that which used on a defensive terrain or 3 blocks around an ally. She teleports nearby and gains immunity and reinforcement for 2 turns and can act again. There's a skill here which has a passive where any ally unit dies, she gets gun mode and terrain master for 2 turns. It's a single target skill which has an effect that should increase enemy skill cooldown, not reduce it. If the target has no enemies nearby, then she moves back 3 blocks, and with gun mode, it has an extra range. See, like right there, it's on this skill, but man, like I'm gonna be complaining about this a lot when talking about her, but in this mode, I feel like that she should just have it no matter what. She has another unique skill that has a passive that guards nearby allies and has a revive if there's allies within 2 blocks, which has a cooldown. Using it increases guard range and gains rock guard. It lets her counterattack 2 blocks, a shield, and reduces damage taken for 3 turns. See? They're really trying to sell you hard on her being more so a tank than anything else. Her 3C is a single target that dispels 3 buffs. If she has gun mode, after battle it does an AoE within 3 blocks to disable weapon or lower damage. If she has shield mode during this, then the enemy cannot move or guard. See right there? That right there? I feel like that they did justice with the gun mode right there, because it actually does a little bit more. So yeah, as I'm sure that you guys kept on hearing me complain, one major gripe that I have about Bianca is that her gun mode doesn't really look all that oppressive. Like it doesn't really impress me. Like yeah, I get it, she does more damage and applies like debuffs to allow more damage. Like I get it, that's pretty good, but she would have been like a little bit better and a lot more convincing as a DPS if she had like through range having this. Like it's gun mode, why wouldn't she have like more range? It just makes sense, right? Even with that, her attack skills isn't really enough to convince me to get sold as her being a full-fledged DPS. I think her 3C is the only thing that really gives it justice, because it's the spelling, it does AoE for more damage, and with the talent to apply damage increase taken, she definitely hits hard with it. So I'm looking at it and I'm like thinking like, oh yeah, that looks kind of cool and strong. And then when you look at her potential as a tank, it's like 1,000 times better, I feel like. Because she has like literally just about almost everything that she needs, right? Like a shield that's like kind of constant. I'm pretty sure it's 2 revive, it looks like. You know, she's able to take less damage, and her 1C lets her act again to teleport to her allies. So that way, like, she can use her guard skill while at the same time having immunity and able to heal herself as well. The only thing though is that you need someone to probably buff her up, but that's like about it, right? I feel like it's a huge contrast in power that makes me like Bianca and also feel underwhelming at the same time. If only she got that like extra range in her gun mode, then maybe my opinion might differ a little bit. Alright, we got some new soldiers to check out here. So what you're seeing here is an infantry. When entering battle, if there is no enemies within 1 block, damage is increased, and if there's no allies, the damage taken is reduced. Not bad. I guess they might be pretty good for damage. I guess damage wise, probably might be the best in terms of that. The only one that I could say would maybe come close is like, I don't know, like maybe Sansi or even Gallant Duelist due to the like crit rates. Another new one is an aquatic. It does magic damage while in water, melee damage isn't reduced, and attacked by range attack take less damage. It says bounce there, so I'm pretty sure it is reflecting, which I guess is cool and all for maybe just Lucia. Other than her though, I don't think I could see anyone else use them. There's more soldiers this time, but it's SP soldiers. Starting with the Berserkers, so initially they have crit and attack boost. So in the SP form, they still have that before battle if there's no allies within 1 block. Then they have more attack and enemy crit chance should be increased right there. Definitely looks like it makes it so that you have a 50% chance to crit, which is normally huge. So as you may know, as some of you guys may know, critting does ignore defensive stats increase. Second one is the Heaven's Guard. Hey, I remember everybody using them in the early days, myself included. So let's see. Yeah, each block moved increases their damage up to 45%. So with the upgrade now, if their movement is greater than or equal to 3, the cooldown of the longest skill is reduced. That's actually great. The only issue is that you're always gonna have to run around, but I'd say that's worth the trouble. With the exclusive equipment, it's for Isolde. Oh wow, look at this, guys. All our talent buff have some additional effects, so Lonely Brigade, yeah, that should be the red one. Gives a revive? Of course, a classic. Just throw that for everyone, right? Classic move. So how do we buff this character? Just give them a revive. Resistance should be like the purple one. Reduces the cooldown of all his skills by 3. Wait, so does this only trigger like once he procs it? Normally this should be like a permanent thing, so I'm not sure how it works. My guess is that it's only like a one-time proc. Survivor, which should be the yellow one, whenever she takes damage, she can act again. I mean, yeah, act again to build her talent faster, and the revive too, and using resistance, so you can say like, act again, then use the resistance to reduce her skill, and then she can have her act again skill back. Yeah, I don't think I need to say any more to explain why her exclusive is insanely good. Because like, yeah, use the red one, her survivability is better, and her last two helps build her talent faster. Moving on to the casting skills, first one here is for Beck. When using Soul Contract, you can use it on one more target and apply Contract, which now has an extra turn. Yeah, remember that the thing that he's handing out is a revive, but the problem with it is that it doesn't last that long. At the same time, it does hurt him as well, which I guess could be nice if you still use him, I guess. Second is Hoffman. If his shield is within 3 blocks, the AoE range is increased by 1. Oh my goodness. If you guys know what Hoffman is capable of, this guy can actually pop off. Because his whole thing is mainly screwing over the enemy's like movement and stuff. He even has like stunning capability as well. And with clock, just makes him even more deadlier. So now having more AoE range is going to be so huge for him. With some of the interesting banners that I think you guys might be interested in, we raid up with Northern and Hibiscus, another raid up for Isolde and Abishai, a re-ran with Vargas, Destiny banner that has Ilya, and a new banner that has only the characters from the news story. Don't know what it's called, like the series, if it does have a name, but it's the characters from the quarterly chapter. And so with this, I'm pretty sure we can expect this to show up every month, just like with the other series type banner. As for the content that CN got, Angelica's prize bullet for the soldier skins, and even the ticket one as well for the rerun skins, Forbidden Battleground, Panicky prize event to exchange rewards, a webpage to do tasks for rewards, a hit of fate, 8-day login event, and then another login event for this new enchant that you see here. And man, can I tell you that this looks great, because I'm really hoping what this does is change your current enchant to like, let's say from breeze to magic, and you still are able to keep the stats. I'm really hoping. Yeah, unfortunately I had to check it out because I was really curious about it because I was hoping I was right. And now I'm disappointed. Apparently, it only converts the old enchants into the 3 new enchants in the game of the same color, which you get these new enchants from the new PvE game mode, which we'll talk about in a minute. First, I know some of you guys are going to be curious what the new enchant does, so let's take a look at them, because I know 2 of them suck and 1 of them is pretty decent. First one is called Morning Glow. These things should change once Global comes out, because Global being global. The 2-piece increases attack and int, and the 4-piece increases damage dealt. And at the beginning of the battle and defeating enemies, gain 2 stacks of immunity to debuffs, up to 5 stacks, which I don't understand this one, because you literally have Rosen and Thxs to cover for that, or use any good healers, which there is a lot of them. Second is called Torch. The 2-piece increases defense and magic defense, and the 4-piece increases soldier stats and increases them, which I don't know how to feel about this one. Third is called Light Current. 2-piece increases HP by a ton, 10%, and the 4-piece grants a shield if there's allies nearby. See, this one I kinda like. And maybe you see people use this sometimes, but besides this one, the other two does not look good at all compared to what we already have. So yeah, like I said earlier, you'll be mainly getting them from the new PvE game mode. I'll go a lot more in depth once it rolls near global, but to break it down, once you're in, it has 3 faction towers for you to take down. Once you're in them, there'll be a dispatch system to clear the floors to get materials. You also get them by clearing the actual stages on top. In battle, you can set your own heroes to give them more heroes for some crazy buffs. Once you complete the first stage, you'll unlock this mirror thing, which you'll need materials to increase stats. And there is a training ground for the other material that you saw earlier. What's weird about this whole thing is that apparently there is a battle pass, believe it or not. It's how you get the stuff to upgrade the mirror from what I've only seen. I don't know if you can get it anywhere else. If this is the only way, then leveling up the mirror is going to take a very long time because each season lasts like 2 months. They also have this crafting thing, and I'm hoping it's the same as Angelica's Forge. Maybe that's probably what it is, but I don't know if it's going to be different here. So yeah, that's one of the options here on the main menu on the bottom. Another piece of endless content, which is what the PvE players I'm sure were hoping for. I will kind of admit that it sure does sound more interesting than the Odyssey for sure. I don't know, I could never bring myself to finish the Odyssey just because it's pretty boring. I still haven't cleared most of it. Lastly, I want to bring up a nice quality of life that adds loadouts. So you can switch between like different kind of equips, and you are able to switch class types as well. And they even added tips when using characters as well. Very appreciative. Now for the skins, the Echo Light for both Cybele and Bianca, which I very much dig. In the store, there is a maid skin for Isolde. Yeah, kind of a Gunner skin. I think this is the second time in a row. I think her Christmas skin was also like that, which I won't judge, to each their own. Then the soldier skins from Angelica's Roulette include Star Prisoner Pegasus, Forest Priest, Ghost Fog, and Crystal Warlock. Alright, so that was about most of everything that CN got that us global players can look forward to. The update looks pretty solid. You got a Isolde who got a pretty good buff. Cybele is an interesting character for sure that I'm very much excited about. Bianca might be what others are more interested in, since she's actually a really good tank. And then you got the PvE game mode that I'm pretty excited to look forward to. I just hope that it isn't boring. The only thing that I'm a little bit disappointed about is the enchant converter. I wish it wasn't just limited to the new enchant, and it's made so that you can also convert it to the old enchant, like go from magic to breeze. So hopefully they change it later in the future. And fun fact, this update is 5 weeks long. At least that's what's going on in CN. Of course, global could be very different, but what I'm assuming is like a downtime period, considering it is after the anniversary. But it also looks kind of big at the same time because of the PvE game mode. I feel like that's like the huge carry. Because this thing did get announced during the 7th anniversary, it's just that it wasn't released until this update. Which is kind of a smart move instead of just throwing it all in one basket on the anniversary in order to make the anniversary feel even more bigger. Because normally you get a lot of stuff in the anniversary, and whether it's intentional or not, they saved it for the update afterwards to keep player retention. I feel like it's a smart move, intentional or not. Otherwise, I feel like this update would have felt stale. But yeah, that's about it. If you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see more, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. And while you're at it, feel free to let me know down in the comments how you guys feel about this update that CN got. With that being said, I hope that you guys have a good rest of your day and take care. So yeah, thanks for watching. Your fellow Z.